Thank you very much, PS. Dr. Jane Kere Ibunya, the PS for Public Service and Human Capital Development. My sister, PS for Higher Education, Dr. Inyangara, the Director General, Kenya School of Government, Professor Noura Mohammed, all senior government officials who are here, secretaries and directors in the Ministry of Public Service, Human Capital Development and Social Program, the Huduma Kenya representatives who are here, the Kenya Institute of Human Resource Management, the CEO, my sister Kuresha, and all other senior government officials who are here, distinguished guests, representatives of the African Union, government partners who are present, members of diplomatic corps who may be present, ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow Kenyans. First, I want to start by thanking my senior officers who have organized this day or this week, Africa Public Service Week, with commitment and dedication. You have taken time to put us together, and bear in mind that this year's theme, and every year theme, is given by African Union, and this year theme is enhancing public sector institution and empowering multi-stakeholder partnerships to achieve universal water availability and safe sanitation by 2063. I know many Kenyans may ask, what does public service has to do with universal water availability as well as safe sanitation? That's a good question. It's a question which we try to answer by first of all starting by saying I'm very delighted to join you today as we commemorate Africa Public Service Day 2026. These annual celebrations provide an opportunity to recognize the critical role of public institutions in advancing sustainable development and improving the quality of life of our citizens across the continent and indeed across the Republic of Kenya. This year's theme, enhancing public sector institutions and empowering multi-sectoral partnerships to achieve universal water availability and safe sanitation by the year 2063 is both timely and forward-looking. Water and sanitation are the art of sustainable development. They influence public health, food production, industrial growth, environmental conservation, urban development, and social equity. The availability of these services determines not only the well-being of citizens, but also the competitiveness and prosperity of nations. Fellow Kenyans, the challenge before us is no longer simply the provision of water and sanitation services. It is ensuring that these services remain reliable, affordable, sustainable, as well as climate resilient and accessible to every citizen, regardless of the geography, income level, or social status. Achieving these goals requires strong public institutions capable of planning effectively, capable of coordinating stakeholders, and capable of mobilizing resources and delivering services efficiently and transparently. I must reiterate, as the President of the Republic of Kenya said during the National Productivity and Performance Conference last week, that we must not only build a public service that merely functions, but one that performs and delivers quality services to the citizens. And this underlines the fundamental part of this year theme of the Africa Public Service Day. Attaining this year Africa Public Service Day goal also requires partnerships. Government alone cannot deliver the scale of transformation required to meet the aspiration of the Agenda 2060. Success will depend on strong collaborations among national governments, county governments, development partners, the private sector, the research institutions, civil society organizations, and local communities. Fellow Kenyans, as Africa continues to urbanize and industrialize, demand for water resources will continue to grow. At the same time, climate change is increasing pressure on those resources through prolonged droughts, floods, and changing weather patterns. Climate change is a reality. Those who may be saying it's a hoax, climate change is a reality. Scientific data has shown indeed is a reality. This reality is called for a new approach to governance and that prioritize resilience, sustainability, innovation, and long-term planning. We must therefore continue investing in water security, environmental conservation, catchment protection, sustainable infrastructure, and institutional capacity. I know quite a lot is being done in these spaces. That's why Kenya was able to hold Africa Climate Summit 2 years ago. We must also strengthen regional cooperation in the management of shared water resources, recognizing that many are Africa's opportunities and challenges transcend national boundaries. Fellow Kenyans, Kenya remains committed to supporting initiatives that strengthen public institutions and improve service delivery. Through ongoing reforms, we are working to build public service that is responsive, accountable, citizen-centered, and capable of addressing emerging challenges. And at this juncture, I want to call upon the policy directorate within the Ministry of Public Service, the policy on public sector transformation policy must be well thought by the end of this week so that we can transmit the same policy to the cabinet next week. Because we have to change the way public service is. And this is a progressive journey. We started many years, the year 2002, and we must continue as a nation, as a government, in ensuring that Kenyans get the best service, the best public service, which we can be able to offer as a government. And our president is clear in last week's address on the direction which he wants his government to take as far as public service delivery is concerned. Again, I want to refer the president said during the National Productivity and Performance Conference, far too long, we are focused on the wrong metrics when rewarding productivity in public service. Our focus must not be on the number of hours that people worked or stayed late in the office, but on how we meet the needs and expectation of our countrymen and women seeking services in public institutions and agencies. Did the public officer provide excellent service to the citizen or not? Did we meet the target within the projected timelines or not? Promotions must not be based on years worked, but rather on results. I have personally received many calls and messages from public servants who have stagnated in one job group for years, and I felt overwhelmed by their complaints. I know some of these officers may or may not be qualified for promotions, but I must ask, are our structures of human resource management in public service working best for public servants? How are we addressing fair or unfair career progression in the public service? I call upon Public Service Commission to join hands with the Ministry of Public Service and Human Capital Development and Special Program in answering these questions. Yes, indeed, we know Public Service Commission is a dependent constitutional commission, but you must work together hand in hand so that you may get this matrix right. In all these public service issues, our objective must be clear: to create institutions that not only meet today's needs, but also prepares for tomorrow's demands. If we are committed to compete with the first world, then our outputs in public service must continually grow to the level up with other nations that we perceive as a first world. If Singapore or South Korea is our role model, then public servants and indeed citizens must start focusing on productivity per hour rather than mere attendance at the workplace. This commitment is fully aligned with the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, Kenya Vision 2030, the Sustainable Development Goals, and the aspirations of Africa Union Agenda 2063. We must create value through our human capital. Kenya and indeed Africa have a huge generation of well-educated young people who enter the job market with limited opportunities but are constrained by inadequate facilitation by the government. Our public service is a facilitator that we must agree is partially sleeping on the job. Fellow Kenyans, the future we envision is one where every community enjoys reliable access to safe water and sanitation services, where public institutions work seamlessly with citizens and stakeholders, where innovation supports sustainable development, and where economic growth is matched by environmental stewardship. This is only possible if public service is working per excellence. This vision is achievable if we maintain our commitment to partnerships, accountability, and if we maintain excellence in public service. As we celebrate Africa Public Service Day 2026, let us renew our collective resolve to strengthen institutions, deepen partnerships, and accelerate progress towards a more prosperous, inclusive, and resilient Africa. It is not fair to this nation if private sector is 3 times more productive than public sector worker. It means laziness is driving exceedingly in public service. I agree with His Excellency the President, William Ruku, that the systems that perpetuate this dismal productivity in public sector must come to an end. That's why the public sector transformation policy must be tabled where it needs to be tabled next week, so that we may bring to an end the system which perpetuates this dismal productivity. As we commemorate the Africa Public Service Day, I encourage the experts and panelists in the engagement to shift the discussions to system reforms that can characterize productivity and performance. I wish you a very fruitful engagement during these celebrations and look forward to the variable ideas and partnerships that will emerge from this very important forum. I thank you. May God bless Kenya. May God bless Africa. And may God bless the President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki. Thank you.